All right, and now it's time. I'm going to bring my producer Conrad out here. Look, it's award season. It's that time of year. So that's what we're going to start with. I'm going to go through all the awards, Rookie of the Year, Cy Young, MVP, who's going to win them. Shohei Ohtani, my best friend, he just won Silver Slugger. But in the next couple days, we'll start hearing more and more. So Conrad, come on out. Let's talk about it.
All right, Benny. First up, we have the NL Rookie of the Year, Jonathan India.
Jonathan India won, plays a premier position, shortstop. He did it really well. He had 269, 21 homers, but most importantly, he has incredible flow. And I think all of those reasons combined, I think he's going to be a good player for a long time to come, and I think he wins Rookie of the Year.
Perfect. AL Rookie of the Year, Randy Arozarena.
Yeah, I think he wins. I think he's going to win. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I love him winning it. One, like the whole like service time thing, he ended up playing last year. Like I don't know if I love him being able to win it this year. But I also like what Wander Franco was able to do when he came up. And, you know, I get the argument, like he didn't play enough, but like he was more impressive in my opinion. I wish it was him. But I don't think it's going to be him. Look, Randy Arozarena did have a really good year. He followed up that postseason, that World Series last year that we watched him. The 274, 20 bombs, 69 RBIs, and 20 stolen bases. Those numbers are great. Don't get me wrong. I think he wins Rookie of the Year.
All right, moving on. NL Cy Young, Corbin Burnes.
Corbin Burnes is disgusting. He had an incredible year. You know, there's the other finalists are good names. I just think what he was able to do this year, a 2.43 ERA, 234 Ks, and a whip under 1 as a starter is wild. He also had that streak to start the season, the longest stretch of strikeouts without a walk ever. That's pretty nuts. I mean, he came on the scene. We knew he could be good, but he just came out this year and dominated. An unbelievable year, him and Brandon Woodruff with the Brewers. But, you know, I hear you with the other names. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's an Cy Young winner.
Got it. AL Cy Young winner, Robbie Ray, friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast, Robbie Ray. Look, this all happened second half of the year. He was incredible this year, but I think Garrett Cole was the front runner for a while. Lance Lynn was a front runner, also a friend of the pod. So what I'm hearing is come on the show and you'll win AL Cy Young.
Could win an AL Cy Young.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'll give you that. Could win. And I think in Robbie Ray's case, it will win. I think just dominated. The second half, the stretch for him, far and away separated him from everybody else. This guy has shown potential in the past. We knew he had talent, but we talked about it when he came on the show. What he did differently. He was able to cut down on the walks. He pitched differently. He changed things up mechanically and mentally. Ended up with a 2.84 ERA, 248 strikeouts, 13-7 record. Absolutely dominant and propelled this team almost to the playoffs. When they weren't talked about it for a while, because they were a little ways back. He was able to, every single time he went out, dominate. Robbie Ray, AL Cy Young.
Could you have a better year going into free agency than Robbie Ray did?
It's always funny to me how that works. You see guys that will go into their money year, into free agency, or their arbitration year, and next thing you know, you just get them to their best of their ability. Good for Robbie Ray. I like Robbie Ray. Funny story about him. I was on the field after every game of the World Series, going around looking for stuff. Somebody else had my phone that works with us, and he came over to me and said, "Hey, Robbie Ray just texted you and said, make sure you smile because you look like you're mad." So, great guy, friend of the pod, funny, Cy Young winner. That's what's happening.
Love it. All right, let's move on to the MVPs, and we have the NL MVP, Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper, also right here.
Yeah.
In the locker behind me. Pretty cool that I had him in there. 309 this year, 35 homers, 84 RBIs, and an on-base plus slugging of over 1, the highest in the National League. This one's a surprise, I think, and let's be straight, this has not happened yet. I think he will win it, and it's a kind of a surprise. You look at the beginning of the year, Fernando Tatis was like the front runner. Less than that he fell off, the Padres just fell off a cliff. That doesn't help. I think his biggest competition right now is Juan Soto. But what both of these guys did in the second half is remarkable. But Bryce Harper was just on another planet. I remember the first day that I predicted, you know what? I think Bryce Harper is going to win the MVP. And people went off on me. Are you kidding me? No. I don't know why I gave people that voice, but that's what I imagine. And now look, now I really do believe come a couple days, Bryce Harper is going to be the National League MVP.
Got it. Quick question for you.
Hit me.
So people always talk about having to win the big awards at the end of the year. None of the MVP candidates that are finalists were on a playoff roster.
There's 6 finalists. Not a single one of them was in the playoffs. And I have heard for far too long, even this year, on the AL side of things, and I know most of you don't know yet who I'm picking to win AL MVP, so I don't want to spoil it, we'll get there in a minute. But even on the AL side, he's going to win MVP, or so-and-so is going to win it. Well, how? Their team's awful. I hate that argument, one. And I hear it in every other sport. I really do understand. Basketball. Okay, you're going to have to make the playoffs. There's 5 guys on the court. If you have the best player in basketball on your team, you're going to win. You're at least going to get in the playoffs. But that's not the case in baseball. Here's what I would say. We need to change the MVP award to the MAP, the most amazing player. Bryce Harper is going to be the NL MAP, the most amazing player. But yeah, good point. Glad you brought that up. Not a single one is going to be in the playoffs of all the finalists.
And then here we go. Give me a little drum roll, please. You guys probably didn't see this one coming. AL MVP, one Mr. Shohei Ohtani.
The American League MVP is hands down going to a guy that I consider my best friend. He probably doesn't, but he might. Shohei Ohtani. Who, one thing I also think is cool, we also have a Shohei Ohtani locker behind me. It's not and you can't see it right now. But before this year started, I had Bryce Harper and Shohei Ohtani in these lockers because I liked them. I believed in them. I think the year Shohei Ohtani had is one of, if not the most impressive seasons that we have seen in the history of the game. 257 batting average, 46 home runs, 100 RBIs, 26 stolen bases. I mean, that's just the offensive side of things. 9-2 on the mound, a 3.18 ERA, 156 strikeouts, and a 1.09 whip, which is incredible. He also had the best pitch in baseball. His splitter was the best pitch in baseball this year. I could go on and on and on. I believe he wins the MVP. In fact, I think he is going to win the MVP, so much so that I want to do a show when he does win the MVP award. We're going to have a Flippin Bats show when that happens. But I mean this. I think this is the most impressive season that we have ever seen. And I think Shohei Ohtani is going to be the AL MVP. Thanks for watching. If you love Flippin Bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.